і ми. Отже, шановні колеги, друзі, сьогодні у нас онлайн-зустріч інструменти iDiaspora, можливості для української наукової діаспори. Це чергова зустріч, яку організує ініціатива Українська наукова діаспора. Пам'ятаєте, пару місяців тому ми проводили зустріч з президентом Українського наукового товариства імені Шевченко в США. З місяць тому проводили зустріч щодо можливостей публікації українських науковців в Springer. І от сьогодні у нас ця зустріч присвячена огляду інструментів iDiaspora та глобальних можливостей, яка надає міжнародна організація з міграції IOM для підтримки, залучення та взаємодії з діаспорними спільнотами. Обговоримо і цифрову платформу iDiaspora, і її функціонал, і ініціативи IOM або МОМ, Міжнародна організація міграції щодо залучення діаспори до процесів старого розвитку, і приклади успішних партнерств і практичні поради щодо участі. But our today meeting will be in English because we invited our speaker, Annie Yunshan Дзян. She is the Diaspora Engagement Support Officer at the International Organization of Migration headquarters, where she contributes to IOM's global diaspora engagement efforts. She co-represents IOM in its secretariat role for the Global Diaspora Policy Alliance, coordinating multi-stakeholder collaboration with governments, diaspora communities, the private sector, and youth actors to promote inclusive, rights-based approaches to migration and development. Previously, Annie served as the Regional Labor Mobility and Social Inclusion Officer at IOM's Regional Office for Asia and the Pacific, where she supported over 30 country offices in designing and implementing labor mobility programs and participated in regional consultative procedures and global mechanism. Since joining IOM in 2017, Annie has worked across a range of thematic areas, including environment migration, migration governance, and disaster risk reduction. So, dear Annie, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Professor. And thank you everyone for joining and welcoming me today. So first I will make a presentation introducing about IOM's global diaspora engagement, and I will share resources and tools that we developed over the years. And then after the presentation, we can have an open discussion if you have questions. I want to also demonstrate some of the platforms, especially iDiaspora, in my presentation. So I will go ahead and share my screen. Okay, please let me know if you can see it. I think it should be coming up.
Yes, we can see the first slide.
Okay, fantastic. So thank you for Professor's introduction. My name is Annie. Right now I work for IOM's headquarters in Geneva, but physically I'm based in El Salvador with my family. So it's morning time for me, and I know that it's afternoon for everyone already. So first I want to just show this slide to illustrate some of the key process and milestones over the years in terms of IOM's diaspora engagement. So relevant programmings, including the return of qualified nationals, started as early as 1970s. And this program further expands in Middle East, in Africa regions, and has been quite successful in coordinating between the qualified nationals, the talents, and also the host government. So based on all this expertise in 2012, IOM developed a roadmap for engaging diaspora and in development. And largely, we apply a 3E approach. The 3E means empower, engage, and enable. Later on, I will show a slide to illustrate in detail of it. So over the years, IOM has been really adopting this 3E approach in all our programming. In 2013, we hosted the first Diaspora Ministerial Conference. And all these efforts lead to, in 2018, the adoption of the Global Compact on Migration, which contains 23 objectives. And most specifically, the objective 19 is on migrant and diaspora contributions. So this is officially pinned to institutional mechanism and also in global agenda for all the stakeholders, especially for member states. So in 2022, IOM and the government of Ireland co-hosted the first Global Diaspora Summit. And one of the key outcome documents of this summit is the Dublin Declaration, as you can see here. This declaration proposed a list of the recommendations, including adopting a multi-stakeholder approach in diaspora engagement, institutionalize this Global Diaspora Summit as a platform for further coordination, and also establish an ecosystem, bringing all the stakeholders into the same table, make sure it's diaspora centered. And based on this Dublin Declaration recommendation, last year, IOM and the stakeholders actually launched this Global Diaspora Policy Alliance. So currently there are 28 member states and also African Union already committed to this platform. They also bring their diaspora partners also into this platform. And we currently implement all the programmings under this framework. So this is a quick overview of the timeline and some of the key milestones, because these are all the foundations to guide IOM's work in this area. Now, I also want to quickly mention about IOM's 3 objectives. These are the strategic objectives guide IOM's overall work, not only in diaspora, but we recognize that diasporas play a crucial role in delivering the promise of migration, contributing to all the 3 objectives. This means save lives and protecting people on the move, providing solutions in displacement. These 2 are more focusing on humanitarian related response, and facilitate pathway for regular migration, which is more focusing on the development side. So recognizing diaspora's role across humanitarian development and the peace. And here is illustration shows IOM's 3-pillared approach, the 3E approach I earlier mentioned: enable, understand, and align our programmings; enable, formalize and structure diaspora response; empower, collaborate, and implement together with diaspora. And also to mention that our programmings try to recognize diaspora's capital across 4 capitals: social, human, cultural, and economic. And here is about the key outcomes from the conference, international conference hosted in Cabo Verde last year, which we launched the Global Diaspora Policy Alliance along with more than 500 participants, both in person and online. So a lot of key discussions are documented in this report. and it continued to guide the implementation through a working group. The working groups under this framework focusing on three key sectors. The first is health and well-being. Second is about gender and youth empowerment. And third one is about climate action. So we have between 1 to 2 government co-chair each of the working group, and we work closely with them and with the stakeholders and members of this alliance to deliver the key activities around it. Now I will go to the iDiaspora platform, which is, I think is very interesting, not only for our audiences today. We actually receive a lot of requests both from within IOM and from outside our partners want to understand this platform. So I will give you an overview of this platform, and I will demonstrate a bit also, walk you through this website. So this platform was established together with diaspora organizations. So we're really at the early designing stage, we really try to hear what are really needed, what do they want this platform for, and create the features accordingly. So it's also recognized as a UN good practice in this Global Pulse program. It's recognized as a SDG best practices as well. So it's being socialized across many different stakeholders. Currently, we have more than 3,200 subscribers, and everyone can register in this platform to receive further information. So this continues to be our main platform to share the information and also share opportunities. So it's not only we upload publications. If there are call for applications, we also upload here. And it's also not only managed from IOM's HQ. We give the authority also to IOM country offices. So IOM colleagues across the world, they also register and they can publish the publication and opportunities as well, in case they are looking for specific, for example, targets specific diaspora groups. Also, this platform is not only for diaspora. For example, we work a lot with member states, with governments. They are also all welcome to register this platform. And so every quarter, we publish this iDiaspora newsletter. It's mainly to feature key events and resources that IOM develops, but also across the globe. So every quarter you will see there is upload of this publication to the iDiaspora. So except for this, we also produce, for example, blogs, videos, initiatives, and the main idea is really to connect everyone in this one space. Here you can see it's a screenshot. Meaning to introduce you the main feature of this iDiaspora platform is that you will be able to search by country. For example, here is a case of Ukraine. If I want to understand all the relevant contents that with the tag of Ukraine, I can search it in the iDiaspora platform, and you will be able to see the key news and updates relevant to Ukraine, some of the events that hosted perhaps within Ukraine or it's relevant to Ukrainian diasporas. And also all the users registered identify themselves, either they currently reside in in Ukraine, or they are origin as Ukraine. So this feature is quite helpful if you want to just have a quick look of anything that's relevant to a specific country context. And here is a screenshot that shows the new iDiaspora platform. Actually, currently, we are in the process of revamping this whole platform. It's been a couple years since we launched the platform, and 2 years ago, or it was last year, we did a user experience survey and a study just to understand some of the key feedbacks from the main users of this platform. And based on that, there were a list of recommendations for us to implement. The main idea is that the new iDiaspora platform, once it's launched, it's going to, of course, migrate all the resources from the old iDiaspora platform to the new one, but also we want to make it more interactive. So imagine a platform like Facebook or like LinkedIn. It's highly interactive, not only so the administrator's role is almost invisible. Of course, as administrator, IOM would maintain the key functions of this platform, but also the main idea is for all the users, subscribers, register in the platform to be able to interact with each other. So not only interact with IOM, which is what the current iDiaspora platform's main functions are, but also interact with each other. So for example, in the LinkedIn, you can follow different users that has an account in the platform, right? And you can connect with them and you can discuss with them. You can publish initiatives that's for the specific user group. So all these are to be featured in the new iDiaspora platform, and we expect to launch it later this year. But don't worry, you can register in the old one because all the user information will be migrated to the new one. So you won't really need to register again. So I really highly encourage everyone, if you're interested, you can just go to idiaspora.org and to create a profile there. And here I want to introduce some of the very interesting initiatives that we publish in the iDiaspora platform. So as an inspiration, just to show what kind of activities that we can do, utilize this iDiaspora platform. So for example, on the left side, you see this young diaspora leaders. This is a initiatives that we want to feature 10 key young iDiasporas. So we look for youth that's under the age of 32. Of course, there's no universal definition of what is youth, but we use the definition of under age 32, and we ask our partner governments to nominate the diasporas that they work with. So we try to cover young diasporas from different parts of the world, and we interview them, hear their story, hear how they navigate their journey as a migrant, as a diaspora, and how they contribute back to their community, or how they enhance their resilience throughout the whole journey. And we publish their story in like a human story, interest story type of publication. So the main idea of this initiative is really to inspire for peer learning and also inspire the young diasporas to take an initiative and participate in some of the key global agendas by looking at the examples, the models. On the right-hand side, you see this iDiaspora photo context. So currently this is still in progress. We partner with another organization to launch this photo context. Basically, we define the theme. For example, this year, the theme is very much aligned with the working groups under the Policy Alliance. So health, well-being, climate action, gender, youth empowerment, and we launch this to the public. So everyone are welcome to submit their photographies through this photo context platform. So by submitting it in iDiaspora, we as administrator, we can collect their information from the backstage, and then we partner with the organization to give the awards, select the top 3 from each of the category and give the awards. The main idea is to visualize diaspora's perspective. So not only trying to advocate through, for example, policy, different reports, different policy briefs, but also visualize it. So it's more easier to digest with the bigger audiences, with the public. So as you can see, these 2 initiatives are quite innovative and fun, unlike the more traditional way of having an international conference or regional conference. And through this, we publish everything on iDiaspora, so also be able to reach out to a bigger audience group and for people to understand the different aspects of iDiaspora and of diaspora community as well. So hope this gives some inspirations of what kind of initiatives that can be done in iDiaspora platform. Finally, I want to share some of the trainings courses that can be very useful. Those are, over the years, actually, there were quite a lot of different training modules and menus, e-courses that we produced with partners also, but I want to highlight specifically 4 of them. So on the screen, you have the 3. The first one is called Diaspora Mapping Toolkit. It's a mapping toolkit mainly targeting government policymakers, because often it's a policymakers want to understand where are the diasporas are and how to work with them. But in terms of how to work with them, they need to first map out the key profiles of their diaspora communities. So this is a course mainly designed for policymakers, but a lot of partners have expressed interest in taking this course, also to understand how to engage with the policymakers from this point of view. So this is provided in online course type of format. There is a manual corresponding to it, but it's perfectly fine to just take the online course. And so it will illustrate some of the basics and also key approaches in terms of diaspora engagement. The second one is built on this mapping toolkit, but it's integrate a gender perspective. So it has additional modules on how gender plays a role in diaspora engagement, and also how diaspora engagement can also be tailored for specific gender needs. The third one, diaspora module on Global Migration Media Academy, is focusing more on the communication part. So how to compel a key message, how to build the partnerships through communications, how to engage with youth through communications, this type of training modules. And very recently, just early this year, we also launched this Join the Dot. The dot means diaspora organizations training trove. This is not an online course, but right now we're partnering with Global Diaspora Confederation to roll out this as a training. But it's also a self-learning tool. So once you download, I will demonstrate in a bit. Once you download, you can see it's a PDF file, but it's an interactive PDF file. So meaning that you will be able to click through different modules yourself. You don't have to go through it from page 1 to 100, but you can click different modules and tailor the training to your own needs. It will first ask you to select what are the training needs, and then it will tailor the modules for you within this document. And you will be able to do the exercise and save it in the same document as well. So it's quite interactive. It provides key guidance and also tools, examples, a lot of case studies integrated in this document also. It's really truly a training trove in this sense. More tools and materials, they are all hosted in iDiaspora platform. They are produced from different purposes. Some of them are conference reports. So you will see a lot of good recommendations from different stakeholders. Some are reported directly from the meetings that we hosted with diasporas. So all the key discussions, all the recommendations comes from diasporas themselves. And all of them are uploaded in the iDiaspora platform. You can scan the QR code, but also you can simply visit the iDiaspora and go to the resources module to navigate from all of them. Before go to questions, I think maybe I could demonstrate some of the resources that I just mentioned with you. For example, this is the IOM's eCampus. It's open to the public. I think you do need to do a simple registration, But after that, you'll be able to access all the e-courses, including this, all the e-courses that I just introduced. And for example, this one, you can see it's the Empowering Transnational Communities and Diasporas with a Gender Perspective, and you can navigate through different modules. It comes with tests and also certificates. So in case that once you complete all the modules, of course, you will be able to obtain a certificate. This one is hosted in a different platform because it's together jointly designed with a partner in the Global Migration Media Academy. I think you do need to log in, sign up also, but it should be very simple. And this module is takes much less time. So in case you are more specifically want to develop your skills or want to learn more about communication in diaspora engagement, this could be very interesting for you. Here you can also see some of the course content as well. And here is the page in the current iDiaspora platform. I already selected country Ukraine. So earlier I had a screenshot, but here I can show you what all the information you will be able to obtain once you select a specific country. You will see news and updates. You will see some of the key opportunities. For example, sometimes people publish that usually the publisher are from IOM offices. So if they publish on behalf of a partner. So in case they are looking for anyone with a specific background, they will use this platform to publish. There are some of the key resources in case they feature, for example, a case study from Ukraine, or if it's relevant to a specific region that Ukraine is in. So this will require, of course, once you publish, you need to make a tag to Ukraine, to the region, and then it will be featured in this platform. And here you will see some of the users that's registered and identify themselves with Ukraine, with a root with Ukraine, then it will appear also here. So you can navigate the contents by country in this sense. And in the new iDiaspora platform, this is just a test. It's not launched yet, but this is what I can see right now, and it's likely to be how everyone will see. We're still trying to improve this platform, so it's not yet to launch, but I want to introduce some of the interesting feature, especially let me go to explore the community. So this will be a new feature in the new iDiaspora platform where you can explore, where it's more visual. So in the current platform, it doesn't really have the visual to tell you where are all the users coming from. Right now, we have around 3,216 total members that's registered in that platform. And you can see some of the demographics, the key sectors that they work in, their key interests. These are the field of experience. These are all comes with when you register, you would identify in your own profile. And this map would show, for example, how many users registered and identified themselves with such a region. For example, China, there are 13 users registered, identify themselves as China as a country of origin. You can also feature them by places of residence as well. So you'll see that same as China. As China as an example, there are 3 users registered, identify themselves, currently reside in China. So it's the same for Ukraine and same for all the other countries. And once you click into this profile, it will lead you to the page that's more focused, zoom in to look at all the users identify themselves with Ukraine. What's their country of origin? Because currently we select Ukraine as a country of residence. So among the 8 people identified reside in Ukraine, 5 of them from Ukraine. So meaning that they are within Ukraine right now. One is from Nigeria, and one is for Republic of Korea. And it will show different ones once you click, for example, if identify Ukraine as country of resident of origin. This is a key feature that to give you, if you first log into this platform and want to understand where are the community I want to look for, this is a quick way to identify them and also understand their key profile. So once the new iDiaspora platform launched, you will be able to access this feature, and also you'll be able to connect with each other without really going through IOM within this platform. So hopefully this is a really interesting and useful feature also for everyone. Now I think it comes to an end of my presentation. Thank you so much. I hope that's useful, but I'm happy to also answer any questions that you may have. Thank you. Back to you, Professor.
Thank you, Annie. Really great presentation, and it's really great opportunity for us to get to know about your iDiaspora platform. You probably know that we also have mapping of Ukrainian science diaspora, also interactive map with representatives of Ukrainian researchers all over the world. And I will ask you later about comparison between our map and your map, but first of all, I will give the floor to Natalia Nikitan. Please, Natalia.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Annie, for such useful information for us. I'm represent the Ukrainian British Academic Society in UK. I'm associated researcher now at Bristol University, and I would like your support and maybe advice. We just organized our community a couple of months ago. It's 4 months, and we are the part of Ukrainian diaspora, and unfortunately such situation that we have in UK, I just shared with you. Currently the majority of the scholars and scientists who was supported by the British Academy and the CARA. We have now in our community more than 170 academics. We have such situation as our grants end, and in many cases, practically all academics, we are unemployed, and it's we almost with a big it's a very good experience at academics. The plan of that grants, it was that scholars would be able to return to academia in Ukraine, but however, due to the outgoing war, it's for us, for many of us, it's become impossible. Some of academics return to the Western region, but some, unfortunately, they even have not a home. And we are established this community, and we have idea of the interdisciplinary course, and we have connection with the public service in Ukraine, and we have such idea to create this course. And for me, as one of the coordinator of this community, is the main goal is to ensure scholars to do not fall out from the academia, for seek the ways of how they can utilize their experience. I would be very grateful for any advice, for any purpose, for any help to our community, how we can help our academics in UK, Ukrainian academics. Thank you very much. And thank you for such useful information. I will research more about your site, and how we can be also how we can use all this information. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Natalia. It's I think I would definitely encourage if there is an interest to also register in the iDiaspora platform, because right now there might not be open call for opportunities, but there will be more publications. If, for example, there is a program in IOM Ukraine or IOM office in one of the country with Ukrainian diasporas, they might publish opportunities, and if you register in the platform, you will be able to see it. So I think it's something that can be done from simply register in the platform, follow the contents. I want to mention that we also have iDiaspora on LinkedIn, so you can also follow the iDiaspora there, and we constantly publish not only resources but also opportunities. And especially if there are some call for opportunities from different partners, from different IOM offices, we forward there too. So that's also another way to sort of stay updated, stay aware of what's happening and relevant opportunities. And I was also wondering whether you perhaps already spoke with IOM offices in UK and also in Ukraine. If not, usually, for example, for IOM, we have the programmings in IOM's country offices. So there are different programs in UK and in Ukraine that has different focus. I know that there was a recent program in UK that just completed a couple months ago, focusing on diaspora engagement, but from a climate action perspective. So within such programs, there are often opportunities, for example, work with different partners, because we don't only work with government, for example, especially in this kind of program. Usually they would want to reach out to specific diaspora communities and to seek talents in this sense, if there are matching skill sets, for example. In IOM Ukraine, I'm not really aware of what kind of programs there, but I think it's a big office that they are also looking at not only humanitarian support, but also in the development fields. And when it comes to development fields, it always talk about the skill sets of diasporas, of migrants. So there might be potential interest also with in IOM's own programming that's looking at how to engage with diaspora. So within the headquarters, this is our key advocacy messages, not only to external partners, but also within IOM, how we can continue to partner with diasporas to also implement the programmings on the ground. So if you are looking for opportunities, I think it could be very interesting to reach out to the IOM offices there. Even there are no current published opportunities, it's good to register a profile with them, so they are also aware if they want to work with specific talents coming from a specific background, they know where to look for. So I'm not sure if you already enrich with IOM offices there already. And within the UN agencies, I know that IOM is almost the only one that's currently really looking at how to engage with diaspora. So I think that reach out to IOM offices in country could also be a good way to start with, and as an entry point. Especially IOM offices will be able to share if there are key partners that's on the ground, so more tailored to your specific needs. Hopefully that helps also, Natalia.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm deeply grateful for your solidarity and for your support, for your advice. Of course, I will contact and use, because we create the data with our scientists, and I know every story of everyone. So, and it's really useful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, both. Coming back to the map, any invited representatives of Ukrainian diaspora to register themselves on the map. My question is probably technical. What other people can be see about each such person on the map or on iDiaspora? Just quantity of people in each country, or they can see profile of each person and what else about him or her.
Thank you, Professor. So once you register in the iDiaspora platform, it will ask you some of the questions, basic questions you need to fill in to create a profile. Very basic one, including, for example, country of origin, country of residence, where is your current location, things like that. But also it has some of the not mandatory questions. For example, what kind of skill set you have, which areas that you work in, what's your education level, what's your employment background, what key sort of engagement that you're looking for by registering in the iDiaspora platform. Ideally, it's almost like a survey to understand your personal background and also your personal interest. So it's not everyone are really fill in comprehensively of this survey to create a profile. Normally, people want to create a quick profile to just log to be able to have access to this platform. So depends on what people really put in their profile. This map will show differently. So on the very basic, it will definitely show where their locations are, where their country of heritage, country of origin. But also we want to definitely encourage more and more users to identify themselves with the areas of expertise and also the specific areas that they want to work in, so that it's easier for people to connect and understand each other. So right now we are actually in the process of doing a lot of data cleaning, looking at each of the individual's profile. Of course, you can create the profile and come back to fill in later on. So I think this, how the map shows, how comprehensive, how accurate, it also really depends on how people really fill in and coming to this platform to keep updating their profile. And also the map, the illustration earlier I showed you is like a dashboard function. So you can have an overview of the key users from different backgrounds, but also you will be able to click on each of the profile to read the whole one and also be able to connect with them. So we really try to build a model similar to LinkedIn, not saying like copy everything visually, because that's a really sophisticated platform already, but really to take some of the key functions. You will be able to view each other's profile, encourage people to come back to keep updating their profile, because especially diasporas, they also move around quite a lot. When they register themselves, after a couple of years, they might already move to another country, for example. So we want to encourage users to keep updating the profile and keep connecting with each other. So for example, in LinkedIn, everyone are very encouraged to update their profile if they get a new job, for example, and to actively connect with people in the community, actively to follow other users also in the same platform. So that would be an ideal example for this new iDiaspora platform. The idea is to make it more interactive, so the administrator's role become very invisible, and you wouldn't notice this is the IOM platform, for example, because that's not the idea. The idea is really to create a platform for diasporas and for people who want to work with diasporas to come together. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you. Dear friends, other questions to our guest, to any representatives of IOM, please. We are waiting for your questions, and I received by messenger question from one of representative of Ukrainian science diaspora. You know that Ukrainian science diaspora, it's not ordinary migrants. We are researchers. So professors, PhD, etc., etc. So what are your advices exactly for this category of migrants for using iDiaspora platform?
I think it depends on what you are looking for. Earlier, I hear that opportunities, for example, employment opportunities, and I think from all the initiatives that's published in iDiaspora is very diverse. Sometimes it has a specific sector focus. For example, people looking for key profiles on climate action, or people looking for key profiles from health, or from what else could you really emergency, humanitarian support. So a lot of times these kind of opportunities are they published, but by talking with people who publish such opportunities, sometimes they also find it hard to identify where are the talents, where are the people they can reach. So of course, as publisher, they try to publish in all the platforms that's available to them. And we always, now more and more IOM colleagues actually know about iDiaspora, come to us and ask if they can publish in the same platform as well. So I think it's a process also happens internally within IOM. Although earlier you see in my presentation, IOM has been working on this in this field for many decades, but it doesn't always mean that it's an expertise that's recognized across IOM already. So internally, we're also trying to advocate by talking with different colleagues on the ground to let them know there is this iDiaspora platform, what are the initiatives and what are the talents that you can identify from here and you can reach from here. So I see it as a two-way. So both internally, IOM tries to encourage everyone to publish more such opportunities, looking for profiles through iDiaspora. And externally, with our partners, we try to socialize this platform as well, so that more and more talents will be able to register in the platform, and the more and more IOM programmings will be able to come to this area and look for jobs, look for talents in that sense. So it's also, if I can compare with LinkedIn, for example, there are many companies always publish opportunities on LinkedIn. So now people really register and to see if they want to look for a job opportunity, they also look at job opportunities in LinkedIn. So this is a similar goal for us want to achieve. Of course, in iDiaspora platform, it's more focusing on diaspora. So recognizing diaspora's talents, recognizing the key specific, like unique role, how they can bridge the country of origin and also country of residence, really recognizing that front, and also keep socializing this with the key stakeholders. So I think I would say we're still in the process. It's definitely not a perfect platform that provides solutions for everyone already, but that's the goal that we try to achieve. So I think it's good to get on board early and to explore, because the more people explore this platform, the more people use it, the more sort of opportunities it can generate itself as well. So I wouldn't say there is a solution I could provide here today, but I think it could be an entry point for everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Other questions? Uliana?
Thank you for great presentation. It's all clear for me.
Great. It's important because, you know, Uliana responsible also for our technical part of not only this presentation. So everything about iDiaspora, it's quite important exactly for her. So,
That's good to know. I just want to mention, I posted
Yeah.
the iDiaspora LinkedIn page in our chat. So please feel free to follow us there. If you already have a LinkedIn profile, it's very easy. Just click to follow. We also publish, sometimes it's very easy to just forward an opportunity, repost the opportunity in the iDiaspora LinkedIn page, instead of publish it in the iDiaspora platform. So actually you will come across more information also in this LinkedIn platform. So hopefully it's also easy for everyone. Thank you.
Great. We recorded this presentation, and on the screen we could see also a link to each page and on various sources which you showed, and yeah, it will work. Great. So thank you, Annie, for coming. Thank you for this really great presentation, and thanks all guests, visitors of this online meeting. I hope and I'm sure that it's useful for you, it's useful for chapters of Ukrainian science diaspora. Thank you, and see you on the
Thank you.
other meetings.